How can mindfulness help people in active recovery? What is mindfulness, and how can it help people in recovery? Being mindful can mean many different things depending on who you ask. Some people use meditation to quiet and calm their worried mind. Others find a certain kind of peace in exercise and conditioning their bodies. Or it may do you good to try something artistic in the form of painting, photography, music, cooking, journaling, filmmaking, or other creative endeavors. No matter your path to mindfulness, the ultimate goal is to find clarity and make healthy choices to replace destructive patterns. We reached out to some of our friends and professionals to ask them about their experiences with mindfulness. Let's check in and see what they have to say.
I think that mindfulness is about living with our eyes wide open and observing ourselves and observing our environment and proceeding from there. It's a practice to be the observer and to try to step outside of ourselves and observe what's going on and observe what's going on inside of ourselves, and then just, in a sense, stopping what we're doing and thinking about what it is that we need to do to proceed in the most mindful way. Mindfulness helps us to learn how to regulate our own emotions, and physically it can help us because if we become aware of how we feel, then we can actually do something about it. And so we can learn different ways to slow down our heart rate, and which that in turn, can help us overall physically.
I define mindfulness as sort of the same thing as like self-forgetting. It's really hard to get out of the mindset where we have to have what we want. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like, if I get on that jag of only trying to get what I want, then I become really selfish really quickly and stuff. So practicing mindfulness is like, I need to forget about my problems and try to get out of my own head, which means that I can do any number of things. Like I could meditate, I can get some physical exercise, I can go practice martial arts, I can talk to somebody else. Anything that will pull me out of that kind of selfish area in my own head, really, I view that as being mindful, because I think that mindfulness kind of like means that you're being mindful of other people, not necessarily mindful of yourself. Because if you're stuck in your own head, then you're actively engaging in behaviors that you would have engaged in before. Because I can tell you that when I was drinking and when I was active, I never thought about how my actions or what I said or what I did or the way I treated somebody would affect somebody else.
Drug and alcohol addiction robs you of your physical health and also destroys the mind. Consumed by your thoughts to deal with pain in a destructive and life-threatening way, it's easy to forget who you are when overwhelmed with addiction. It's important in recovery to form healthy habits that will help renew both mind and body. We must learn new ways to cope with the stresses that come from day-to-day life. It can be hard at first. That's why carving out time every day to center yourself is important. Keeping a journal of your thoughts can help you process problematic moments and reflect on joyous ones. Like most things, repetition helps to make it second nature until soon, taking a moment to just breathe becomes a part of your new normal. A reminder that the bad feeling will pass in time and nothing lasts forever. Doing this can relieve the pressure brought on at your job, in your family, and even in the quiet moments when you have a desire to pick up drugs and alcohol again. Mindfulness gives your body a chance to feel again while sober, and that can be life-changing.
It's literally an effort to let them know that they don't have to numb, mask, or suppress feelings. It is allowing them to learn coping mechanisms to be able to allow them to go through without having to do so. A lot of people will talk about how bad they've masked, they don't know who they are, that when they get here, the hardest thing for them to do is actually to feel soberly. And that's very difficult for them. Practicing mindfulness techniques tells you that you don't have to sit up under drugs and alcohol to be able to make effective decisions, that you can indeed get through something. Even if it's hard, you can still get through it. And it shows you how to be able to do so. Being mindful is not some magic potion, not a magic formula. It is more a mindset that I can do this. It is, I can make it. I can overcome what was overcoming me.
Well, I feel like, I work a lot. I'm super busy, and I'm almost always interacting with people. And I'm actually pretty introverted. So I think to counter all the time that I'm interacting with other people, it really helps me to just have an hour in the morning and a little bit of time at night to myself. And furthermore, to really really just be in myself. And it's almost like, maintaining the relationship with yourself that you do with your friends and family by spending time with them. You have to do that with yourself too. You have to spend time with yourself to get really comfortable with yourself. So for me, it's all about just having some me time, hanging out with myself, and then going on with my day.
So, we've talked a bit about some different habits to practice, like taking time for prayer and meditation, healing your body with diet and exercise, and channeling your feelings through creative outlets. But I know a lot of people can't see themselves in a yoga class, chanting like a monk, or running a marathon, and that's okay. There are countless ways you can help relieve stress, find your center, and learn to breathe again. You can seek out books that give insight, or download apps to guide you as you get started. You can talk to your clergy, cleric, or rabbi to help seek out knowledge with a spiritual connection. Or, if you don't follow any specific theology, there is still room for you. It's a long-held tradition in 12-step programs to seek prayer and meditation to improve a conscious contact with your higher power. And studies show that practicing mindfulness can help to boost your memory, reduce rumination, and help you to stay focused.
Learning how to feel in a sober manner is very hard. It brings upon yourself guilt and shame for so many things that you have done. In meditation, we allow them to see that we can calm a lot of that stress and anxiety, because in our minds we're playing the tape out. We are doing so many, trying to iron all of the things that are wrinkled and trying to put out all these fires. Meditation allows you to calm yourself, to be able to put things in proper perspective. Putting things in perspective can allow you to regain control, get your thoughts back, and allow you to know, I can again meet this moment and I can make it. And if you can make it through this moment, you can make it through the next moment. Meditation literally is a reset button and is the most crucial part, I believe, in our group setting. Starting it off with meditation sets the entire group up for success.
Okay, some people like yoga. Some people like to sit and do like Zen meditation. Some people do walking meditation. There's all different kinds of walking. There's different kinds of meditation. Every time I sit down to meditate, I literally fall asleep. It doesn't work for me. So I had to find something else that would actually work. So I actually quit karate because of my drinking for a while, and then I picked it up again after I was a year sober. And this is something that's definitely was like that before, was a place that I can go and forget about myself, because you walk in there and it's all about taking a step, throwing a punch, teaching someone else how to do the same thing. And then you work out really hard, you know what I mean? And so there's no way I can do that and continue to be trapped in my own mind. So it allows me to kind of forget about everything else. I walk out of karate after every class. I don't remember what I was worried about before I went in. I've got a clear mind, but that's the gift of training in martial arts, I think, is that it really gives you mental clarity and really helps you keep your anxiety low. So having me stay sober is really important to me, because I know that if I drink again or use drugs again, that all this great stuff that I've been able to get in my life over the past 6.5 years that I've been sober is just going to evaporate.
Our hope is to see all beings be free from suffering. Because we have all been sad, felt stressed, and been unsure of where we are in life. But we know that there is newfound hope in the practice of mindfulness. And while some days the deck feels stacked against us, that this too shall pass. Choosing sobriety is the best choice you can make for your health and wellness, and we're proud of you for seeking healthy coping mechanisms to replace drugs and alcohol. As always, remember, recovery is a journey, and that journey begins with the first step.
If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, we're here to help. Give us a call at 888-216-4032. For new episodes of Around the Turn, make sure to hit subscribe below.